Hey, how's it going? Dranus here. Welcome back to another Grimdawn video. This time, back with some more Crucible. Now the Crucible is a little DLC in Grimdawn. I can really recommend it. You have a couple different difficulties here. So you have to unlock the first one, then the second one, and last one, the Gladiator, as we are on now, is the last difficulty. The Crucible can be a little bit challenging, so in this video we will cover the Gladiator difficulty here. The Crucible is a little DLC for Grimdawn, and basically you have to fight out against waves of enemies. But the Crucible also has a little bonus events, like these little towers here. The towers can be unlocked by tribute up on the top here, and you will get some tribute once you complete some Crucibles. So pretty easy and self-explanatory. We are doing this with my Minion build. If you are interested in how this build works and all of the skills and the devotions and the items we're using, check out my other video. We will dive into this build quite a bit. But yeah, basically I can really recommend having your army almost to the max level, or at least having endgame gear, because as I said, the Crucible can be a bit challenging at times. So you also have a couple of different arenas. At the moment we are on this one, the Grove one. And we have 3 spots for our towers. With the towers you have a couple of options. So you have offensive towers and also defensive towers. Most of the time I will try to pick up the defensive towers just for the defense. And since, yeah, it's really important that I stay alive so my pets can deal all of the damage. So let's pick up the stone wall here. So this one costs 5 tributes and also costs some iron bits. And once you bought one, you can also upgrade this to increase the range of this particular tower. Since I want this one to be upgraded a little bit more, I will upgrade this once. Yeah, maybe we go for the Death Chill just for the freeze. Just a little bit slower enemies. Yeah, I think this one is okay. But this is just my personal preference. You can also play this, of course, without the towers. But most of the time they will really help you, especially if you are on the Gladiator difficulty here. You also have a couple of vendors here, so your smith is here. Also your stash. You also have just a normal vendor to sell your stuff. Because if you enter Crucible, you will also get some good items most of the time. If you're ready to start, just talk to the master here. And yeah, ask to begin. So there are 100 waves into each of the difficulties. You start on wave 1 and work your way up. There are also some bosses that can spawn, and when these spawn will depend on the difficulty you're playing on. But at the moment, yeah, since we have a pretty strong army, especially the start ones will be pretty easy. You also have a timer, so make sure to kill all of the enemies before the timer ends here. Also make sure to stay around the towers, of course. And with this build, it is pretty doable because yeah, we have a lot of minions, and they will just kill all of the enemies, mostly before they reach us. So bosses will be a bit harder, but just try to stay a little bit out of the ground effects, and it will all be okay. Now, one thing to remember, if you are doing the Crucible, you can do this one at level 1, so if you make a new character, but you won't get any devotion shrines. So I can really recommend doing at least some of the devotion shrines in the campaign first, because as we spoke about before, devotion shrines can really help you stay alive and also help you really with your damage output. Nice. Alright, so we completed the first 10 waves. After every 10 waves you can either choose to continue or to collect your reward. Yeah, and the higher waves you complete, the higher your reward will be. We also got some tribute again, because we completed some waves. So this will allow us to build another tower soon, if you want one, or upgrade an existing one. And especially with the pets, it can be a little bit chaotic. But yeah, most of the time this won't be an issue. Sometimes you have a little minion that is stuck on the outer ring or into the spawn areas. Don't panic, you have a lot of time for each wave, so most of the time you will be able to clear this without any issues. So for the minions, we have a lot of skeletons, but we also have the Hellhound, the skeletal servant from our relic. We got the Blight Fiend, but we also got a second Hellhound. This is because of our endgame set here, the Lost Souls. So we get another summon on our Hellhound. But as we spoke about before, you have a couple of different ways this build can be played. You have a lot of minions in Grim Dawn, and these ones are always very fun to play.
I'm beginning to think you're not taking this seriously.
Nice. So once you get to wave 20, things will be getting a little bit harder. Alright, let's continue. Got a little bit more tribute. I believe we need 12 to upgrade our next tower. So your raised skeletons will be the worst part of the army here. They will most of the time stay alive, but especially at the harder encounters, they will probably die. But it doesn't really matter, you can summon 3 at a time with your skill. So right, so we got 2 bosses now. Nice. So we also got the Mark of Torment. I basically just have this one for the big bosses, so we get a little bit of defense.
You defy my minions.
Yeah, let's continue. Also good one to remember. Sometimes there will be some mutators active, and this will decrease your damage or your defenses by quite a bit. So always keep an eye out for your mutators at the top right here. And the Crucible is one of the endgame options Grim Dawn offers. It is a decent challenge, and it can also work pretty good with certain builds. I've experienced the Minion build here, works pretty good in the Crucible, because you can just keep moving around and your minions will kill just everything that will get up this location here. Don't forget, you can always run back to your defensive pillar. Let's put Mark of Torment on him. Oh, nice. The Warden here. Yeah, once you get higher level, you will get more and more bosses, as you can see here.
I'm beginning to think you're not taking this seriously.
And always try to stay out of the ground effects. Alright, so we got 40. We need 10 more to be able to resume the Crucible on wave 50 for the Gladiator difficulty. So if you don't complete it in time, it doesn't really matter. It has only some influence on your drops, I believe. So don't panic if you can't clear the wave within the given time. Because I believe the items you get are linked to your total points, your score. And if you complete it within the time, you will get the maximum multiplier. So if we don't complete it now within the 24 seconds left, we will get to multiplier 1 again and need to complete 10 more waves to reach multiplier 10 again. Nice. So your minions will die sometimes. Don't be demoralized, just resummon them and keep moving. That's the important part. I think I want to upgrade this one for the more freeze. We can also upgrade this one once we get 12 tributes. So we are on wave 50 now. Let's continue. Nice. Wave 16. So one more challenge and we can increase our banner here. So most of the time, try to clear the boss as quickly as possible. They can have some defensive buffs for all of the other enemies. So I would recommend just killing them right away, if you have the chance, of course. Nice. We have 70. So we got a little bit more tribute. Let's upgrade this one. So we got the full potential here. So as you can see, the range is increased now. So we can basically stay around this spot. Ah, we got some new mutators. Total health. So monsters have more health. What else do we have here? Crit damage. Alright. Let's use the Mark of Torment on this one. If you stay too long in the green areas here, you will get damaged, but you can stay in them for a little bit. So just make sure to run out after you kill the enemies. And I personally really like the supportive banners, because you also have some damage banners. But yeah, I think this one is pretty okay for the freeze. And this one is pretty okay for the armor. This one. Nice. So I believe we have the maximum upgradable banners here now. So if we had more, we could also put a banner here, of course, but I think we don't really need it.
Perhaps there's hope for you after all.
When you get to a high level here, yeah, make sure to keep more of an eye on your own health than on your minions, because it's pretty important to dodge all of these attacks from the enemies. Especially with this build, because we don't have much defense ourselves, and we really rely on our minions to deal all of the damage and to tank for us.
The one before you tried that too. Still haven't found
Nice. But it differs a little bit per wave, what kind of bosses you get. Sometimes you will get one like this. I think this is pretty easy, but he deals massive damage, so if you don't have an army like this, you will probably get stunned there. Let's wait for our minions to heal up. Nice. Alright, the last 10. Now let's make really sure we stay back And don't die to some stupid ground effects. We also have a couple of more minions we can put in our army, so like the Heart of the Mountain, but also the Ognapage of course. But I think I have better items equipped at the moment than those two summons. It's really important to find the balance between your defensive and attacks for your minions. If you have too many, you will probably lack some defenses, but if you have too little, you'll probably lack some damage. So try to find a good balance between all of your minions. Also throw in some healing minions if you can, so they can heal the other ones. I have the familiar that can do an area of effect heal, but also the Blood of Treek of course, that will heal all my minions. Two more waves. Kill this one first if we can. This is the last boss. Nice, we completed wave 100. Let's collect our reward here. We can also continue if we want. This will just allow you to get more rewards, better rewards, and also test your build strength, for example. I think we can push this quite a bit further if we want. But getting to 100 on Gladiator is pretty nice. So let's collect our rewards here. We get so because this is purely random, you can get all kinds of different weapons and items. Since I am mostly focused on pet builds, I will probably look for pet builds here. If you want to start over, you can just talk to the Master of the Crucible, and he can reset the Crucible for you, so you can do it all over again. So this was an overview of the Crucible on Gladiator difficulty with the Unstoppable army. So yeah, I can really recommend taking a minion build for this, but if you have a good defensive build, it is probably also doable. But with the minion build, it is pretty easy, and it is a nice way to level up your character if you are tired of the campaign. But for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and I see you in the next one.